Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Listen, I just want to start by thanking all of you guys for your support, your viewing, your subscribing, your liking, and your fantastic comments and everything. Each and every single one of you, you support and help this channel, and I want to thank you so much. It really gears me up to put on a good program for you and do some research and get the right answers and customize stuff for you guys. And again, any of you guys that had suggestions, they are coming along. I'm working them down in a list of order. So we're getting to them. So if you feel like you've asked me to do something a week or two ago, we're still going to get to them. And you can keep re-adding those to the comments too, to reiterate, because all of them were fantastic ideas. So we'll definitely get to those. So today we're going to do a 5-card pick a card spread with the topic of how can I lead a more positive and how can I add more positivity and depth to my life? Because we don't really want to swim in those shallow streams anymore, do we? You ever run into those people and you continually have conversations with them and they just always just sort of glance the surface. It's how you look. You look great. Oh, thanks. You look great. How's work? Blah, 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 blah. Don't you love and adore those friendships when you can sit down and get to really in-depth feelings and experiences? And it helps with your personal growth when you have friends and contacts and workmates that you can talk to that about, because everybody right now is trying to grow, expand, and add positivity to their thing, and you want to be in a very trusting environment when you do that, right? You want to be able to share hopes, fears, dreams, all those things with people that you trust. And I mean, there shouldn't be any fears anyway. I mean, there's things of, taking responsible action towards things, right? But it should never be fear-based, because what happens is people tend to procrastinate if they attach fear to it, because nobody wants to engage in a fearful activity. And what really is that? I mean, we're not in the years of the gladiators where we have to go in and wrestle lions anymore. What is so fear-based? I will admit to certain fears that I have in terms of just the real world. I don't like driving over bridges. Sometimes if there's a lot of 18-wheelers on the road, because I know that's out of my hands. But again, I'm sure that I have guides and angels that protect me, because I've had so many close calls where I've seen things up the road, and I've had way prior notice by just glimpsing them or also hearing something too. So it's just one of those things where we're going to have several experiences in our life, and we don't want to ever look back and have anything come from a place of fear, because right now we just want all positivity and depth to our life, especially with the holiday seasons coming up, and being able to spend time with family and everything. And one of the most important things in this too is recognizing the difference between who we think we are and who we want to be, because that's really only one thought away. Once we change that thought of, okay, I want to be the person that gets up and inspires other people. I want to be the person that gets up and eats really well and takes care of their body. I want to be the person that wakes up and looks forward to my day with enthusiasm, because it changes once that outlook is open and we're looking through that lens of hope, prosperity, and all those things. Stuff just really brightens up a whole lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the moon. The moon is going to be number 1, thunder is going to be number 2, the giveaway is number 3, middle world is number 4, and beauty way is number 5. So just think on the phrase and the imagery that most resonates with you and choose that, and then we'll begin the read. I keep those out and then I just deal the cards for each one, so I don't get a huge pile of all different decks all in. And every once in a while Miss Winter likes to make an appearance and jet ski through the whole friggin' shebang and let it all slide into each other, so we have to have a more contained thing. So let's see what's going on for the moon. Again, what can you do to also add personal growth to your life as well? Because that's everything. When you have in-depth and positivity, that comes into it. You know what I mean? You start to grow and expand in your ideas, your friendships. Ooh, very nice, you guys. 9 of Wands, King of Swords, 6 of Cups. This is looking very, very nice for you guys. Wow. And 5 of Wands too. Okay. Very cool. Let me get my... Yeah, okay, very good. I see you guys too, you're coming through, you're learning how to deal with conflict better. I'm hearing very strongly, starting at that end, that you can add so much more positivity and growth to your life by simply cutting out those little petty arguments, you feel like you don't have to join in that. You know, when your mate or a friend or whatever has that, I just call them mini corrections, or anything that you're doing when you mispronounce a word and they have to catch you out on that, and they have to say it a little too loud, little things that aggravate you. You're not going to let them get to you anymore, because you realize that's not a default in your personality. Really, on a scale from 1 to 10, how friggin' important is that you can't add a bunch of double digits, or you pronounce something a certain way? Not important at all, and you're not going to lose sleep over it. You're also not going to lose any energy over it anymore, which is fantastic. Excuse me, I had to have a sip of coffee. Yeah, because if you're looking at areas of your life for personal growth and you really want them to take place, and how you can add all this positivity and depth into your life, you're not going to squabble. You are not giving away energy anymore. You're saving it for social occasions that enrich your life. I feel some of you guys too just really getting on the internet and researching some stuff as well, and finding out things, attributes that people have that get them to places where you'd like to be. You know what I mean? First of all, of course, is clearing our energy and getting rid of any people, places, or things that no longer serve us. Boom, right away, you're already headed towards a winner's circle, because what you're doing is removing all. You have to create a void for something new to come in anyway. So by removing all that refuse and stuff that doesn't serve you, like friends that are whingy, whiny, jobs that just are nowhere for you, they're just a paycheck, but there's no passion in it. Always know that you deserve better and that it's out there. And I know some people are like, oh, Melanie, that's easier said than done. No, it's not, because I simply walked out of a job where I realized nothing was going to go anywhere and change, and I literally just took the bulls by the horn and said, here's something I love, and I'm going to try to make a career out of it and do my best and put my focus in it and do the work. And I did it in under a month. This was my new career, and it was something I always wanted to do, because I realized, whoa, how quickly a year, 2 years, 5 years go by, and you're simply making other people wealthy while you're getting exhausting, right? I want you to recognize right now how much growth and love and passion you get out of your work. If it's not a lot, I feel like a lot of you people would do really well working independently and being personally employed only by yourself, just by yourself. I feel like you have good ideas, you have an understanding of the internet. I can't tell you how much information is money these days, you know what I mean? People want to learn certain aspects, but they don't necessarily want to read it out of books. They want to hear other people explain it and break it down, and help people, especially when it comes to people delegating their time properly, because I know that's a great fear of people that go into business for themselves. They're like, oh my gosh, if I had a whole day to myself, I'd be glued to Netflix, eating chocolate, not doing anything. Not so, because I can be very hedonistic, but I knew once that my career was in my own hands and my clients' lives needed pointing in the right direction. I took it very seriously, and I garner knowledge from everywhere, because I'm not just going to speak out my rear end. I want to know what I'm talking about, and find the correct facts for the people that need it. And information is power, so I feel like people that are wielding it out there should be doing it the right way. That's why I never really believed all that much in personal therapy, when the therapist just has you talk and they write things down, but you're not getting any feedback. I never saw that beneficial. I've gone into places with people and then tried as an experience on my own once, and I just pretty much knew that I could do the same thing by talking to a mirror. It's, pretty much issuing forth your fears, how to deal with them. But again, it's just another person that hears this all day, so they go numb from it, and I don't think that's helpful to anybody. No offense to people out there that are therapists, but I do believe that it's only for certain people that need to voice their concerns, and then it helps them in that method. But I feel like people need feedback. That's why I love tarot and people that have different messages, because we can just grab what resonates for us and helps us and move on with that. And this is that's another thing with you guys too. You're starting to grab information, write it down, seeking information on stuff that helps you. King of Swords is cutting right through all the garbage. That's logic. Logically, what's going to enhance my life? What's going to lead to growth? Languages. I feel like some of you are really thirsty for knowledge in different languages, things like that. I feel like you want to expand, you want to travel, you want to do all kinds of creative things. And the Nine of Wands, I love the Nine of Wands, because I feel like that's just like a Shazam moment, where you're like, okay, now I'm going for it. So, because let's think about it like this. Okay, social groups, for instance. Friends typically have their respective roles, right? There's a funny one, a weird one, a popular one, an awkward one, etc. And it's our personalities, right? Now, have you ever thought of using your personality trait to get into the best possible business for yourself? hence why I was always in catering and social type of jobs, because I like to be on my feet, I like to engage with people, I like to speak with them, and I also like to problem solve while doing all this, and I was a foodie. But here's what happens when you're in a business for so long. You literally learn every single thing there is to learn while you're at it if you pay attention. And I feel like in order to grow as a person, you have to expand into other fields. We aren't just one thing, you know what I mean? We're not just a musician, we're not just a writer, we're not just a tarot reader, we're, you know what I mean? We are other things. And I feel like the best times I've had is when I've expanded outside my comfort zone to learn new things. And that's what you're doing now. You're like, wow, I'd really like to learn about this. And guess what? It doesn't take much to just go in, get a little information on that, and apply for that job, or do an internship or something of that nature, to feel it, to try it on. Because everybody has a weird feeling, not everybody, I shouldn't generalize, but quite a few people have a feeling that if they engage in something, that there's a permanency to it. But since time is so linear, and we are not obliged to work for anybody forever for any reason whatsoever. We could go and work for someone for one day and know it's not for us, you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you guys are stretching out in different directions. You're understanding, you know, the environment you want to be on, and you are recognize the difference between who you are and who you want to be. And that person you want to be is just one day away. You want to wake up that positive person. You want to have meaningful relationships, and in order to do that, again, we've got to get rid of those people that don't serve us, the people we don't feel great the moment we walk in the room and see them. If they don't have a beaming smile for us and they're not as happy to see us as we are them, there's time to remove them. It's very easy. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it by hurting feelings, you know, just respectively bow out. You can ghost them. You can do whatever you want. It's your time, however you feel like that. Because there are people that will just do something out of habit, and you're not going to do that anymore. And that's beautiful. And that's how you're going to expand, which is really, really cool. And I'm going to pull an oracle card for you too. Poised, yeah, absolutely. You are poised and ready for success in a new venture and a new way to approach things, so you can have a window, bigger window of opportunity. You're now going to see things when you go out in the world as opportunities. As before, you almost saw them as distractions. Now you're like, holy crap, there's an opportunity there. Yeah, your eyes are going to be wide open and you're poised for success. That's beautiful. So if that's you guys, fantastico. If you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, bing bing, and the bell as well. That'll give you notifications when the new videos are up. Press it. And all my links are below if you guys need private reads or any information on the Patreon page, anything of any nature, my jewelry, all this stuff is down below. So that was you guys. That was the moon group. Beautiful. Yeah, you're ready to go. So next we're going to do thunder. Yeah, I think one of the biggest aspects that's hard for people is change. You know what I mean? We kind of create a groove, and it's a little zone of comfort, and it's the same reason we drive the same way to work every day and all that. But really, to expand our mind, our horizons, gain depth, we have to experience new people. That's why I try to say yes to invites and going to places. Like yesterday, I'm like, I gotta stop by Whole Foods and say hello to my old buddies. Like I never have fear of how I'm going to be received, because I know, because of my behavior and my character, that people will be happy to see me because they know I'm just as happy to see them. You know what I mean? And then I find out, like, you know, people with, ooh, yes, what they're experiencing. And that adds a lot of joy to my life when people, you know, have new grandchildren, children, they've gone places, and they love to share that. Oh my gosh, this group is going to be out of this world with the full Ace of Cups and the Magician and the Empress. That's insane. This is wow, wow, wow. So many good things, you guys. Wow. Wow. You guys, not only, this is really cool, because not only do you have this gift from the universe saying, okay, guess what? I feel like you guys are gaining through this Ace of Cups. A strong message coming through is you're accepting yourself, like, on every level. You're starting to have an emotional understanding with yourself, and that you don't always have to be out there and go, go, go. That when you want moments and time to yourself to reflect and relax, you're going to take that. I just read this fantastic article. I think it was Holland over there, Dutch people. They have a thing, I think it's called Nedersk, and it's the art of nothingness, and it's basically just the art of observing and being in a restful state. Like, they'll go out and they'll sit on benches and they'll just look at the flowers, just look at the sky, no devices, no accomplishing, no emails, all those things. They're letting themselves being a restful state of observant, the sky, the trees. And I used to feel crazy when I did this, and now I do it every chance I get. Like when I picked my son up the other day at school, every mom that was waiting for their kid was on their phone or talking or looking up stuff. I was just sitting there leaning against a tree looking at the sky, like the whole 15 minutes. And at first my thought in my head says, everybody here is going to think I'm on drugs. I haven't moved a muscle. But then I looked around, I was the only person that wasn't tense because I wasn't trying to work every second I was outside on this beautiful day. And that's what you guys are coming to understand, that you deserve a mental break. You deserve an moment, right? Where you just get to observe the beauty in the world. And that's part of the magician coming in too. The universe is letting you know of your intrinsic and also your latent gifts, which are you are a master manifestor. You're going to be able to pull things to you with the simple knowledge that you're breaking all those old molds that you had set for yourself, that and restrictions that you were living in, thinking, well, I can only do this if I accomplish this. And you're like, no longer. Every day is a fresh chance to get out there and get whatever you want just by manifesting, usually within 48 hours. And I did this. If you guys can go see Jake Ducey's new thing today, I did this and it happened within 10 minutes. He's like, if you do these things, it'll happen within 48 hours. He's like, with different people, it happen at different times. My stuff that I had down the list, within 10 minutes it happened. The email came through and I was like, wow. I told my son, and I told my daughter's girlfriend, I was like, would you look at this? I go, look what I wrote down. Now look at my email. And they were like, what? Seriously, by just knowing it's coming to you and you're closing your eyes. And the big trick was closing your eyes and picturing this occurrence super vividly. Right after it happens, what are you doing right after it happens? That's part of it, with the expectancy. And then right when it's happening and afterward, like if you're waiting for, just say, an abundance or a gift of money, right when it comes into you, you get the message about it. Like, what do? Who are you talking to about it? How are you feeling? Really pay attention to your emotions. What are you looking at when you see that? Are you jumping up and down? Are you calling people? Like the after thing. So you're basically already setting that in motion. I feel like you have that magnetic pull towards all the things you're waiting for, which is great. And part of that is due to the Fool, because the Fool is that light-hearted, adventurous person that's like, anything can happen at any given time, any way you want it to. And with the Empress, you're just sitting back and you're knowing that you're enough. You're a high-value person. You've got it all together. You appreciate people and they appreciate you, and life is not hard. It is not a struggle. You know that you can have depth, vitality, love, and positivity in your life, and it's not that hard. And part of I see you guys doing too that's helping you is you're not comparing yourself to others. I feel like you used to be big Instagram watchers and stuff like that and see all this airbrush garbage and be like, whoa, that couldn't simply happen to me. I couldn't be rushing off to, Dubai doing this, that, and that. And you're looking at these things that seem impossible, but actually they're not, because everything is possible. But you're looking at a barrage of these things and then you're getting inundated to the point where you simply give up. You know what I mean? No one person in this world is exactly like another. Every person has something unique to offer. So you realize that comparing yourself to others just leads you down a dark path and you completely gave up. And now you realize you are the Empress. You are the star of your own destiny. That you are actively seeking meaningful relationships with people where you can have in-depth, heart, soul-to-soul conversations that are engaging and growth. And to the sea, I love this. Oh, look at that. This is amazing. This always adds an element of peace to your life, of, going to water, going to places, having some solitude. Again, back to this lovely Dutch theory of just doing nothing. And by doing nothing, you're really doing everything, right? When you're just sitting back and observing water, the ocean. Like I watch people all the time when I went today and do some private reads down the beach. I watch people just pull out their lawn chairs and just sit and stare at the sea. That is the art of doing nothing, but yet getting everything from, right? You put your body in a restful stage. You have time for daydreaming, which then sets your subconscious in motion. And most people, when they're looking at the sea or the forest, whatever they're doing, it's nice thoughts, it's pleasant, it's positive, it's expansive. So that's what you're doing, and you're reaping rewards from it. So very nice, you guys. Oh, I love that. So if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Also press the little bell button there too, so you'll get the notifications when the new videos are up as well. Press that. I really appreciate you guys for all your lovely comments, for your viewing, for your subscribing. I can't tell you how wonderful it has been. You guys are amazing. And again, All the links are below if you guys need information on my private reads or my Etsy store, our artwork, Patreon, everything is down there as well. So now we're going to go on to number 3, the giveaway. Let's see what's going on for our next group. Yeah, I'm very excited because I feel like, seriously, I know I keep saying that November is just like the most expansive, awesome gift-giving month, what with Jupiter coming into Sagittarius. It really is. I just feel like it's a wishing well, and everybody's just dropping in pennies, and all their wishes are coming, and all this abundance and beauty is just piling in. It's lovely. You know, and it's important to know that the universe hears us. It hears us call of wanting meaningful relationship, of wanting meaningful relationships, wanting love, wanting to expand, wanting to have personal growth. You know, and also knowing, you guys, another thing too, I want people to understand that, you know, each personality type has its strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, ooh, nice. These are really some crazy cards. Look at this. I just reshuffle like crazy. And the Fool is the message of the day. I think every read that I've had, I think personal and otherwise today, the Fool has popped up. It's a super, super, super important reminder that we need to dump old baggage, travel light, and trust in the universe. Number 1, trust in the universe has our back. It's not going to let us fall off that cliff. It's going to help us and point us in the right direction with a light step, with joy and adventure in our heart. And of course, look, the Ace of Pentacles. It's a gift from the universe saying, here you go, man. Here is some money. I want you to be able to expand, have time, space, and energy that's going to lead you down a road of positivity and depth in your life, where you can slow down and take the time to read the things you want to read. Yeah, I still don't get the philosophy of the I'm so busy, I'm so busy. I decided yesterday, F busy. That is not what I want to be or what I want any of my clients to be. I want them to be effective. I want them to have a crap load of free time during the day to read, play with their animals, go for walks, look at the sky, be at the beach. You know what I mean? You can be effective. It's very funny when you're effective how little work you actually have to do. Yeah, you can be chasing your own tail and spend all day being busy, but what the hell does that have to do with being effective and getting anything done, right? And the Fool knows that. The Fool is like, I am going on an adventure. I'm going to do what I have to do to take care of business, but then I'm going to enjoy the rest of it. And I love this. You also have the Knight of Cups bringing you offer. I feel like people are going to have some males and females in opposite sex and relationship offers coming in here that are going to be very in-depth. These people are going to be very soulful, very old souls. And coolly enough, people in the position of powers, when you see the King of Wands, look how he's all lackadaisical on there. His thing is just kind of haphazard laying around. He's like, yeah, I'm on this throne. That's okay. I'm going to take care of business. But he's not self-important. He's not being obnoxious. Again, this plays back to your personality, knowing that us extroverts, we're communicative, we're fun, we're engaging, we're relationship driven, right? Introverts are fantastic listeners. They're kind, they're self-sacrificing, they're very analytical. Everybody has these fun interplays together, and I've always found in terms of friendships and mates, I do tend to go towards introverts because I'm extremely extroverted. And I feel like if I had a bunch of extroverted friends, we'd never get any work done, and we'd just be off trying to have adventure after adventure. And sometimes we need to ground out and come back down to earth. And I love the King of Wands being the Fire King. He is someone that I feel is like coming into your life, if that's not you too, if you're not a fire sign, if you're an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, that you have, you have amazing gifts coming to you. Because this clarity is coming to you and you have an understanding that you are a major manifester and that you're destined for anything you want simply by envisioning it already here, really, really picturing it, and it's coming to you. So what that creates is an expectation and a joy in you, which lifts your vibe, and you just start to get excited for things. And because you're doing that, the messages are coming in. Look at the Knight of Cups. The world is now, the energy is receptive to your love and the fact that you're open for it. These friendships. I feel also this group is going to, in the next couple months, meet a very, very cherished, dear friend, a confidant and a friend, and it's going to change your life. Because this person is soulful, groovy, grounded, helpful, authentic, and lovely. And you feel like you can share anything now. And that's what we want. We want in-depth, deep friendships where we feel like we can trust them, tell them anything, and stuff is like You know, they are completely non-judgmental. It's a very rare find when you find someone, especially I feel like a lot of you are in your 30s, 40s. You're like, yeah, you know, you have your lifelong friends or friends from high school, and it's hard to come into somebody a later life friend, but you have that person coming to you. You're just in some sort of social setting, and you're like, wham! It's like a soul companion type of thing. Like, wow, this person is of my tribe, and you guys are going to offer each other great consolation and energize each other towards your dream and push and push. And again, that's where your energy and your big. I feel like a lot of you have a big payday coming because you're happy, confident, free, and hopeful. That's it. You expect it and you believe. Oh, look, soulmates. Yes. And because of this energy, when you have all this going on, it's bringing in your soul companions. You're in such a high vibration, trusting, loving place that you now have space for your soul companions to come into, your soul friendships and your soulmates, which is beautiful. So that's you guys. That is astounding. Look at this. Look what's hitting the ground. We got some aces. Woo! I'm excited. My God, my neck is like getting all hot. I'm so excited for you. It is the giveaway, and that card is called a giveaway. It's a cosmic giveaway where, you know, you get your windfall of money. You get your soul companions. You get a lightheartedness that makes you want to go on a journey and do things that are self-fulfilling and not just be busy, but have an effective, fun, adventurous life. Amazing, you guys. So if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it. And press the little bell so you get the reminders. And then the little gray arrow in the bottom right is the links to all the private reads, anything you need to know about my Etsy store, jewelry, our Patreon page, everything you can imagine is there. So go get your giveaway, you guys, because it's raining for you. Fantastic, fantastic. Wow. Okay, middle world. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah, I feel like just as we travel into November, I feel like there's a momentum, a force, an energy. It's like sizzling. It's sizzling. And I got to tell you, I wasn't even going to read tonight. I got home from the beach from doing private reads, and I was like, I'm just going to decompress and watch a program. Once I stopped, I was like reading some articles, and I'm like, oh. And I started getting reminders. I started getting messages, and I was like, you know what? I'm just astounded by all this greatness coming. It's amazing. So yeah, get revved up and excited for it, because once you're going to start to recognize things as well, everybody, if you're just coming on, this is the Middle Worlds group, but if you're still listening and you're hanging in there, you're going to start to see outrageous synchronicities where you think you're actually crazy. I mean, you're going to ask for stuff. Just ask for signs. Like, I love this. Like, say, I'd like to hear a bird squawk really, really loud right now, or I'd like the lights to blink. Whatever the thing, the energy patterns or animal totems that can answer you, and they will. Like, today, I'm serious. I forgot about this until right now. I started getting all revved up because I was on the way home from the beach, and the car had so much stuff in it and groceries, and I was, you know, Ian was already at the door, and I was afraid his agenda would be a go, go, go when I wanted to relax. So I started getting revved up, and Hagen's like, Mom, don't get all upset. And right that minute, right in front of the car, goes the most beautiful blue jay. And then he always looks at me because he knows birds are my thing. And I was like, okay, all is well, all is calm. You know what I mean? Our brains can run away with us. It's ridiculous. We need to chill and just settle in our tea kettle and calm down. Ooh, look at that, 8 of Wands. Ooh. So you're defending. Yep, you're defending your beliefs and who you are. Nice. Ooh, one of you guys are going to win a contest, like a big contest for money or for a poetry contest, something, all different levels of contest. Writing, singing, and some of you, again, this is the Hero's card. This is how your life is going to expand and add positivity. In your new role as somebody who believes in yourself and you have confidence and you know you add value to the world, your vibration's going higher and higher, so you're becoming more and more present in your life, and you're noticing opportunities around you, which used to seem like threats or annoyances are now opportunities because you're seeing it from that vantage point. And that's what that higher vibration is. That's what manifestation is. Like, just call out a certain color that you don't think you see that much, like just a type of car, whatever. Say gold cars, you hardly see those. You will get what you're looking for the most. So now when you start to really look for gold cars, you'll see them a lot more, because that's not something you see a lot, right? So again, you're going to be looking for opportunities because you're going to see everything as a possibility. And when you see everything as a possibility and a goal, you can attain that so easily. And that's what's going to be happening to you. That's why you're winning these contests. That's why you're having confidence in yourself. That's how you're getting positivity and depth into your life, by knowing, I'm sick of scraping the surface. I'm sick of doing the same thing, eating at the same place, talking to the same people, having the same conversations. You're like, no, now it's time to really get out there and really just shake off the dust. I keep hearing shake off that dust, shake off that dust. I feel like a lot of you are just feeling stale. You're feeling bored, and you're like, and this was part of it. I feel like you feel a little defensive, and people are always like, well, like, I feel like you're trying to initiate something, and you're getting the detractors that are like, oh, but here's why. Never mention your dreams with people that aren't going to be 100% supportive. Also, don't mention your dreams to people that are not experts in that field. Everybody wants to chime in, and they're going to tell you everything that's wrong with it. I'm sorry, unless you have a PhD in what the field I want to go into, I don't want to hear it. Unless you are a cheerleader for my cause, zip it, shut it, and get out of the room. I never talk to people about my dreams and goals unless I know they're going to be supportive, because you can hear detractors all day. Just because people want to stay in their same old rut and not grow, they sure as hell don't want to see you shine if they're not close family and friends, right? Don't be careful of who you share with. I feel like that is going to be very beneficial to you. And when you realize that's what's happening, why you get dejected on certain goals that you set for yourself, is that people are out there always naysaying your dreams because they wish that they could do, or they had these insights and dreams themselves, but they don't. So then the Page of Pentacles is going to start to come through, that slower moving energy of a message of, this goal is super, super attainable, and bam, now you're King of Pentacles. Now you're making the money you wanted to make with the ideas that you had, because you implemented them knowing nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's just going to make it shower money down on you. Yes, you can manifest it, but guess what? You like to have the ideas that you then set in motion to earn the money for yourself. That's where you get your satisfaction. That's where you get your depth. From A to Z, you like to set and format those plans and see them through, and that's what you're doing. Bam, now you're at the Six of Wands. Caesar coming home from Gaul card, getting the rewards, winning these contests, knowing it's all possible. You're super hyped up for this, and you know it's all attainable. And guess what? You're not even blowing a lot of energy on this. It's the thought process, hope. The biggest thing that's on your side right now, I keep hearing, is just the expectation of it. You have this expectation of victory. Bam, it's at your door because you're expecting it. Yeah, you're putting in your work and it's your ideas, but you're not exhausting yourself. And here's why. You're doing the simple basics. You're chopping wood, toting water, that old ancient proverb of, while you're waiting for your dreams, you keep on keeping on. You chop that wood, you haul that water, you clean that house, you do that laundry, you do your job, you get the oil changed in your car. You're still doing your other things, but you're doing them with a lighter step. And while you're doing it, you're daydreaming and formulating your big plan, which is right there. And it's super soon. Amazing, you guys. Wow. This has been a psycho read. Every time I think I'm not going to do a read, and I read something or an article, and I know that it's going to lead to this type of read, I just do it. And now I feel like it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm wide awake. You know what I mean? Oh, I wake up at 5, so that might not be normal for other people. Like, say 9 o'clock to other people. Like, I'm Amish. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I love it. And I'm like, bah! But then I have to take a nap sometimes mid-morning. Wow, you guys. So that's you of the middle world. Look at that. That is basically a parade in your honor for you just kicking ass. Slaying it! Woo! All right, you guys, don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it and press that bell so you get all the notifications. All my links are down below in that little gray area for private reads. Anything you need to know, I'm on Instantgo now too for one question answers. All my links to my jewelry store and to our Patreon page, everything is there. You guys, wow, you are going to be just killing it. Amazing, middle world, amazing. Okay, now we're on number 5, Beauty's Way. Again, if you're just coming into your timestamp, I just want to share with you that the other reads were so like power packed. I mean, everybody has this. I feel like it's holistic in nature almost. I feel like everybody is going through these crazy healing phases that is helping their mind, body, and soul. They're simply knowing that the universe is 100% backing you. It is out there to help you. All you have to do is just have a good attitude about things and be expectant. That's the biggest thing that gets everything that I get that comes to me, is just expecting it. Like this morning I watched Jake Juicy's latest thing, and he said how to manifest things within 48 hours. And I tried what he said, and it happened in 10 minutes. He said, what I want you to do is visualize what you want. Now, picture yourself directly after it happens. How are you acting? How are you feeling? Who are you talking to? Who are you calling? What are you doing? And I was like, I just closed my eyes and I did the exercise. 10 minutes later, the email came that I was hoping for, and I had to show everybody because I was like, look, it already started. I was like, wow, wow, wow. You know what I mean? And that was the thing. I expected it and it was there. And that's how powerful the energy is. And some people say, yeah, Melanie, well, you maybe because you're experiencing that you can make things occur faster, and because you're a good manifester. I'm not always, because guess what happens? Life creeps in, and sometimes I start worrying because I have 2 teenage kids, and if they're going through an emotional stage or I have to do something for them, that becomes my dominant thought, and I can actually block my manifestations by worry for them. I try not to worry, and there's no need to. They're never sick. They're always of good health, and they skateboard, they do all kinds of stuff. But again, I expect the best. I expect the universe and my angels to take care of them, and they do. They do. And that's what I want you to expect too. Look at this, you guys. All right. Woo! 8 of Wands, King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 3 of Swords. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you guys are getting over, I feel this is quite a few of you are getting over some past heartbreak. I feel that you went through a trust issue, a lot of you, with people, because what happens is you put yourself out there, you were the giver, you were the person that was going always out of your way for people, and you got injured, and it broke your heart, and you're like, you had trust issues, and now you're getting over that. Some of you other people, I feel like at work, that you were taking on other workloads, hoping and hoping and hoping for promotion or to be noticed, and it still has yet to occur. So you feel taken advantage of and slighted. I feel like this is moving into the path. Here's why. Because now you're moving into the Hierophant stage, which is saying, what can I do for my personal growth? What can I do that is going to elevate me and lead to positivity and depth in my relationship and my life? You're asking this stuff so you can be your best version of yourself. You want this. You know what I mean? Again, you recognize the difference between who you are or were and what you want to be, and knowing that's only 1 second away. A, you stop accepting less. 2, you always ask for more because you know your value. You know, in your mind, you just say it, you expect it. Move bigger. You're out of the mediocre league. You're not even going to settle for that anymore. You know you work hard. You know you're a high value person. You know you deserve respect, and you're starting to receive it. It's coming. The energy is coming towards you. And again, you're doing those steps. Like, if I ask for anything right now, you're envisioning, okay, when that comes to you, what would that feel like? That's the expectation, the excitement of drawing this stuff to you, these relationships. Again, I feel like you guys have a, like our other group, a few cards back, you have a very substantial friendship coming toward you. You're going to meet somebody in the next couple months that ends up being a stalwart friend, like somebody you can depend on like nobody you've ever seen before. And they just come out of the blue, and you make this connection with them, and boom, they're your friend. You're so excited to see them, spend time with them, because you have forged this. It's an old soul connection, and when you speak, you know you can say anything. You really get in depth, and that helps you so much resolve so many issues. You get over this stuff of uselessness, of futility at work, or feeling like you're taken advantage of, because you can share with this friend who has had similar experiences, so they know what's going on, and you guys are just like besties. It's crazy, because I feel like a lot of you in your 30s and 40s, and you're like, do people form lifelong friendships with people after, you know, they're in their 30s and 40s and set in their way? Absolutely, they do. When they meet someone from their tribe, and the person that's on the same frequency, hell yes, and that's going to happen to you, and it is going to catapult you into all these lovely adventures. That's the 8 of Wands. You're going to be going places and doing shit you couldn't imagine you would be doing a couple months before, because you created a comfortable little groove, and you're like, oh, I couldn't possibly go to whatever the hell that thing is in the desert where everybody goes at, places like that, going to casinos, going to concerts, doing stuff, and like you feel like you're having a rebirth of your childhood, because you're realizing where was your enthusiasm for things? You were becoming a little bit jaded, going, oh, that's for people in their 20s, oh, that's for people in their teens. Hell no, it's for you. It's for you and your new bestie that are going out there just hog wild on the world, being like, I want to experience things. We are here in this world to live healthy, abundant experiences and friendships. We're not here to go to work, earn a paycheck, come home and eat and go to bed. Hell no. Why would a universe create that existence? Unfortunately, it just happened to some people, and they fell into patterns, and they forgot to expand out of it or grow or learn to be other than. But not you. You're like, whoa. And this person is helping you realize that. It can even be a person on TV that you start to follow and listen to, and follow their advice and realize, oh my God, if this person can do this, I do that. And you're taking your baby steps and they're going bigger, farther, more afield, and you're gaining confidence and you're gaining knowledge and you're like, wow. And here's another thing too, with this positivity, you're becoming much more charismatic and likable. So it's expanding your circle and like you're getting invites all over the place and you're like, wow, you know, because happiness is considered the most attractive trait in a woman from a male point of view. It really is, because if a woman is perceived as happy, it means one of three things usually. She has her own interests and hobbies and things that keep her busy. She already feels like a self-contained unit that is happy. She's not dependent on someone else to provide him with that happiness. We all know that relationship, right, where we had to be the entertainers for the person. We had to be the person that buoyed them, that brought the positivity, we had to pick out where we were going to dinner, all that thing, right? There was an imbalance. But happy people are content to share their knowledge and what would be good for everybody, and let's try this, you know what I mean? It's an equal give and take, which is fantastic. And it really is. It is, through all the studies, it is considered the most attractive trait in a woman to a man, and probably vice versa. I only read that one. So are you displaying your traits of attraction, and like, what are they? Simple smiling. That's so attractive to people, because people are put off by gloominess, doom, people that are always sad, and criticizing and complaint is one of the biggest turns off, because people have enough fears in their head, and when people start to criticize and complain, guess what? Their thought process rubs off onto the person next to them. Then their fears or their anything that makes them feel inferior or fearful comes into play, and then that's their predominant thought, and then it is blocking all the joy that they want to have, their creativity. They want that flow of creativity and friendship and love and abundance and positivity. So you have to, if anybody even engages that's standing next to you at your place of work, say, excuse me, and just walk away. Find something to do, whatever it is. Pretend your phone goes off, whatever. Do not engage in any listening with that, because when you do that, it contributes to your ill health by listening to somebody else complain, because it's contagious as hell. Just like laughter is, so is complaining. So get away from those people, because it's not good for you. Even if they're your friends, if they're in a mood, you have to preserve yourself. This is about self-preservation, so you can attract all this loveliness that's coming to you. And as well, if you have any hangers-on that don't bring you joy, get rid of them. You're needing to clear your plate a little bit for these substantial friendships to come in, and then boom, it's just going to take off like it's like hell's bells. Look at that. Come to the edge. That's what it's about. It's about expansion and coming to the edge. Saying yes to life, saying yes to new friendships, saying yes to invitations, saying yes to go to a casino, to a concert, to I'm dying to know now what the hell that big fire in the desert is. Just comment. I don't know why I can't think of it. I see pictures of it all the time. Burning Man! That's what it is. Burning Man. Crap like that. You're going to go on retreats. You're going to end up with this new bestie that you find. You guys just find each other. I feel like you have an echo calling from your soul for them, and vice versa. And now your energy and frequency is so high, they're bringing it to you. Because you're getting over this and you're letting go of any past hurts. And you're like onward, and upward. You have the support of your guides. You have the support of everybody out there, and people just want to see you win, and it's so beautiful. It's amazing, you guys. Jesus Christ, that's crazy awesome. Every single read in this thing has been off the scale. Like, I have to control my breathing and my pacing, because what happens as the messages come in, like I said before, it's like a ticker tape. It's very fast, and I have to absorb it and break it down. I can't say it as fast as it pops in my mind, or I would sound ridiculous. And I have also stated before, I can't listen to certain readers if they're very hyped or too spazzed out. I feel anxiety, so I try to keep it cool. I'm lucky I have a low voice, because I don't want to sound like Minnie Mouse on crack cocaine. So yeah, you know what I mean? This is another thing, I keep hearing this. A woman who has confidence in her body is 10 times more attractive than a Victoria's Secret model. I remember reading this days ago, and it went into my file of facts of a brain, and they did all these studies saying, you know, men never want to hear people, or women in general, if they're together, start tearing themselves down about their physicality. It not only draws attention to these flaws, but the man feels like he has to rescue that. And funnily enough, sometimes the better or perceived better or thin or slender body, those people, they're so self-conscious because that's all they really work on. Well, I don't like to generalize, but you know what I mean? People that have to have certain physiques for their jobs or whatever, they're always worried about flaws, so they're constantly talking about it. And yeah, again, so it's like, and they say men don't even notice an average of extra 10, 15 pounds. If a woman is confident and they're happy and they have a good personality, the body at that point means very little. But if you could have a supermodel's body but zero personality and constantly be bickering or whatever, it's a huge turnoff. So just remember, in every complex layer of physical, non-physical, soulful personality that is just a beautiful blend that is you. So just accept it, and that's you. You're taking these great, they're not even risks, they're just experiences, and you're reaching out to them. You're like, fill my cup up, it's time to go. Going to Burning Man, going to Burning Man. I'm so excited. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. Press it, bing, 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 and the bell as well, so you can get all your notifications. Down below are all my links to my private reads, my Etsy store, all the stuff on Patreon, information on our oracle cards, every last thing you could ever need. Go to the edge, you guys. Go to the edge and get your fun life.